Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to this week's New Start Monday. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool, and I hope everybody had a chance to vote for this week's knitting technique. It wasn't yarn. This week I had picked the yarn, some nice, pretty blue. I don't know if it has a color. Nope, just a colored number that I'm not sure I can read. So this blue yarn was in my stash. It's been in my stash for a while, but it was time to knit it. So you guys were voting today whether it was going to be lace socks or cabled socks. There was lots of votes and it was super, super close right up until the end. So we're going to talk about what I'm going to be casting on tonight, last week's project, and I have a couple of other projects here that we can chat about as well. So hi everybody, I see some people joining us right now. So hopefully you got your knitting settled back in, ready for an hour of knitting chat. Hi Diane, Nikki, Katie, Jocelyn, Cindy. Oh, okay, Diane says I voted cables. Hi Melanie. It is a very pretty blue, isn't it? So before I let you know which technique won, lace or cables. So obviously Fiber Friends. April is sock knitting month over in the Fiber Friends podcast. I know there was a couple of people had said, Louise, are you seriously going to cast on more socks? You have enough on the needles already. Finish what you have. But I don't know, this kind of called to me. So I'm going to cast something on. Whether it gets finished or not remains to be seen. So there was lots of votes. There was votes for cables. There was lots of votes for lace. A lot of people were saying, let's go lace because it's more springy. Other people were saying, no, cables all the way. Cables is my favorite. Definitely, always cables. So, Melanie says you voted for cables too. Oh, Susanna voted for both. Melanie says, finish Eric's socks. I know, you're not alone in that comment. You are not alone in that comment. So I will say, though, I do have Eric's socks here, so you will get a little sneak peek on Eric's socks. They did get a little work done on them this weekend. Oh, Cindy's voting for lace. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the yarn before I tell you what I am casting on. So this yarn, where did I get this yarn? I'm not even entirely sure where this ball came from. Most yarns, and I think most knitters are probably all the same. You can pretty much kind of remember where you got your yarn from. You pick something up and then you're like, oh yeah, it immediately takes you back to like, I remember that shop. I remember that trip. Was it a yarn festival? Kind of drawing a blank, except maybe I got it last year in Oakville. Spun Yarns. I think they're closed now, though. I think she was closing up her shop. This might have came from there because last summer I was really on a solid sock yarn kick. Every yarn shop I went to, that's what I was looking for, was solids. So I might have picked that up there. Anyways, Nova Plus sock. Has anybody used this before? There, and it doesn't give me any color. It's a really nice teal color. Yeah, I can't even read it. It's just a number. 40. No idea. Sorry. I just got to check the comment. Has anybody had this, or does anybody have this in their stash? If you haven't knit with it, have you seen it before in any of your other yarn shops? It's not something I don't think that I'm really familiar with. It feels like a 75-20. Yeah, 75 superwash, 25% polyamide. Yeah, 100 grams, 400 meters, kind of the standard. Oh, I see some more people are chiming in their comments. Diane said lace. Cindy said lace. Nikki said, well, if you do the Diana socks, that has lace and cables. There. I would be getting both done in the same one sock one night. Okay, so without further ado, insert a pretend drum roll right here, and the technique. These socks technique, stitch pattern. Maybe stitch pattern is better. That these socks are going to be knit in cables or lace. Melanie is giving us a drum roll, and the winning stitch pattern is lace. So it was close. It was close. Cables started out way ahead in Instagram stories today. So if you're new here, if anybody's new, welcome. You've got 4 places you can typically vote during a Monday: Instagram stories, Instagram post, Wildflower Will's Facebook page, and most of the time, if I remember, I put a post here on YouTube. So you can go, you can vote in all the places. If you really, 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 really want something, you can go vote 4 times for the same thing. So Instagram stories, cables. Cables was ahead like all day. And I thought, okay, you guys are really, really liking the cables. This is what's going to be. And I thought, okay, that's fine. I can do cables. But then everywhere else, lace, lace took over. Some places they, one comment would be lace, next would be cables, and they would just oh my gosh, what's the word? You know, the word I can't think of. You know what I mean? I want to say wipe out, but that's not exactly the word I'm thinking. But cancel each other out, cancel each other out. And then over on, I think Facebook, pretty much every vote was for lace. There might have been 1 or 2 for cables, but pretty much everything was for lace. Alternate, yes. Alternate, yeah, not quite alternate, but kind of close, right, Nikki? So anyway, so lace it is, and I think that will be super fun. It's April. Lacy socks, I'm envisioning those lacy socks. Okay, don't laugh too hard, you guys. I'm actually envisioning myself wearing these, this summer, this spring, which we'll see. I know my track record for getting socks finished is not the best, but there's always no time like the present to try and revamp my finish quota on socks. Oh, Lynn, hi, Lynn. Lynn is saying lace is good for this time of year. I think cables are heavier, more of a fall or winter. I do too, typically, but you could do something. I was thinking if I did do cables, something like a smaller cable, like a 1x1, that wouldn't be quite as heavy and chunky. I mean, little shorty cabled socks would be kind of cute for spring too, I think. But anyways, lace it is, everybody. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. And plus April, if you guys, if you don't watch the Fiber Friends podcast, you may not have heard this conversation, but I had somehow assumed, no, that was back in March. It was March. I somehow thought the Fiber Friends challenge for March was lace. And I had it listed under the description down in the under the videos that March was going to be April. And when I mentioned that to Cheryl, she's like, lace, like, where did that come from? So I don't know if I just made that up or whatever, but I don't know. I kind of have this urge to knit lace. So thanks, you guys. I'm going to get that in these socks. Okay, so socks for this week. Super exciting. Okay, so we better talk a little bit about socks before I talk about last week's new start. I'm feeling maybe a little overconfident, but don't go bursting my balloon, you guys. give me this little bit of hope here. Eric's socks. So April for the Fiber Friends is sock month. This pair of socks, I am bound and bent, I'm going to get Eric's Christmas socks done so that he will have socks to wear at Christmas time this year. I know I tried hard to get these done this past Christmas and it just didn't happen. So I do have sock 1 done. Sock 2 is half done. I had the whole leg finished. So this is some Mary Maxim Festive Feet and Candy Cane. I know. Oh my God, this makes me think back. We had a lot of conversations around this about how this really doesn't look like candy cane. I think I did see somewhere in some of the stores last December that some of those specialty candy canes with the different flavors, there was a candy cane that was really dark colors like this. And I thought, okay. There is somewhere out there is actually a candy cane in these dark reds and greens. So when I picked this up Saturday afternoon after Cheryl and I were finished podcasting, I was at the leg. I had the leg completely finished. I was just ready to start doing the heel flap, but I didn't have a needle in here. I think I had borrowed this needle to knit the Sock Madness qualifying socks that I was desperately trying to get finished that we all know I did not. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that. And so this poor sock was just sitting here needleless. And but thankfully I must have put the needle back after I did the Sock Madness sock. So the needle was sitting there, but not in the stitches. The stitches were live. So I sat Saturday afternoon and I just picked up I had 72 stitches. I picked up and then I knit one more round just to make sure that I had all the stitches picked up and I hadn't split a stitch or anything. And then I started the heel flap. So look at that, you guys. There's my heel flap. I am just about ready to turn the heel. I'll have to measure this, but according to sock number 1, I did the heel flap, did this dark green, did a few rows of this bright green, and then turned the heel. So I am right there. I'm just about ready to start this bright green. So a few more rows back and forth on the heel flap, and then I'll be ready to turn the heel. And I was just so excited with my progress that I thought to myself, oh, I should just cast on another pair of socks because if I just keep this up, this sock is going to be done. I'm going to have a finished pair just like that. Such a breeze, even though it's taken me how long to do them. Anyways, I'm feeling the sock. I don't know. Sometimes, you know how you just kind of, I was going to say, fall out of love with the project. You just lose your motivation. Well, right now I've got motivation to knit on this. So I think after we're done chatting tonight, I think I will finish up the heel flap and get ready to turn the heel and get this sock done. So I'm really, really hoping, my plan is to have this done for Saturday when Cheryl and I podcast. Over on the Fiber Friends, I want to try to get a sock done a week. I'd like to say a pair done a week. Probably won't happen, but I really, really would like to get this one done this week. And then I won't feel so bad casting on a really cute pair of lace socks. That's my balance. Finish Eric's Christmas socks, start a new one. That'll keep my balance in check, I'm hoping. So let's see. Oh, so Nikki said, so a shorty because summer, you want a shorty anyway, it's quicker to make. Protocol. Oh, my protocol type for coffee date socks were shorties, and I love them and wearing them right now. Yeah, you guys check out Nikki's Ravelry shop because she does have some nice sock patterns. Yeah, I don't know if I will do these shorties or full length. Not sure. I don't know. You're right. I kind of like the idea of doing shorties because they're kind of nice for this time of year. We'll see. We'll see. Yes, Liz, see, I know you should be proud of me, right? Liz is saying progress has been made. Eric may get his socks after all. Yay, Eric socks. Vindicated, Diane says. I know. Jocelyn says, yay for progress on Eric socks. I know. I think you guys are all going to be way more excited about Eric socks getting done than he is actually going to be. But I know. I'm going to be pretty excited to get them done too. So Eric socks, progress, smooth sailing. I'm liking them. I have no urge yet, like to put them in the timeout corner or anything. So hope, fingers crossed, they may get done. Okay, last week's project. Okay, you guys voted last week. Last week's vote was stranded or intarsia. Stranded won. And let me show you what I have here. Okay, so I had some of the Bernat Handicrafter, and I had Overcast, I think is what this gray is called. Yeah, Overcast and Coral Rose. And I had blue. I had Robin's Egg blue. And you guys voted for Stranded Project. So I said I was going to do a hot mat. Do it on a 16-inch needle, do it in the round so it would be double thickness, so it would be nice and warm. If you wanted to use it to pull something out of the oven, you could. It'd be thick enough. Or it would be good to set on the table. And we decided last week, because I thought I was going to do 2 colors. So the options were gray in the coral or the gray in the blue. And most people put in the chat that I do the coral. And as you can tell, my coral ball is mostly gone. So that's a little bit of a hint. This project, though, I have to say, took me most of the week. This was one of these projects that was, I don't want to say doomed, but that's what it felt like. Every time I picked it up, I knit a little bit and I had to pull it out. But I can tell you a little bit more about that story in a second. But look at this. It is finished. It is finished. Finished, except I have not sewn, I haven't whip stitched this together yet. So I'm honestly, guys, I'm not entirely sure if I love the pattern, the motif that I did. But by the time I had pulled this out and cast on so many times, I just wanted something quick. I wanted to get this done. So, I mean, it's fine. And what I think I might do is do some little embroidery. I like it, but I don't love it. So before I sew this up, I might do little French knots, or I just did a little cross stitch. And I just did the blue because, you guys, I'm not home right now. So I don't have all my stash of cotton. So I don't have a lot of colors, but I was thinking about maybe a bright yellow, doing something in the center of all of these, just to give it a little pop. But I like the coral and the peach. I've been calling it peach. The peach and the gray. And there's that side. So what I did, I just had a 16-inch needle. I used a 5mm with the worsted weight cotton. And this was, of course, the Bernat Handicrafter. And Dishy would work fine, or I love this cotton, whatever you guys have handy to you. This is what most of our yarn shops here, like our Michael's, sells. Lens Mills, this is what's the handiest, easiest to get. Is that what I want to say? So that's why I pretty much use it for all my dishcloths or my pot holders. So I just cast on down here. I was going to do the provisional cast on with the crochet hook with waste yarn, so then I could pick up stitches, pull out that waste yarn, then pick up the live stitches, and then Kitchener it to, or graft it together. I couldn't find my crochet hooks. Oh, I didn't bring it in with me. And so I don't actually have full crochet hooks here with me, but in my little notions pouch, with my tape measure, my scissors and everything, I have got a set of 3. I'm not sure if they came from Knit Picks or a local yarn shop, just little short crochet hooks for picking up drop stitches. My notions pouch disappeared. And I knew it was here in the house, but I had it one day and then it was gone the next. And so, of course, I did some looking around and I eventually found it had fallen, under the cushions and whatever. But when I was getting ready to cast this on, I didn't have my little crochet hooks to cast on. So I was like, well, plan B. So I just did a long tail cast on and thought, well, I will just whip stitch this one together. Next one, I will do the provisional cast-ons. So anyways, you just roll with it, right? I grew legs and walked away. I know, well, isn't that true? Like, your stitch marker. Oh my gosh, I was losing stitch markers like crazy this week. I would, lose 3, find 1, lose that one, find one previous that I'd lost, because same thing. It has just got mixed in with blankets or fallen on the floor. Anyways, yeah. But so this is finished. I like it. It's cute. It'll work nice in my kitchen. So what did I do? I think seriously, this was like the 4th cast on that I did. And I thought, okay, a pot holder, this should be, and it is a very quick and easy knit. But I think the first time I started it, I had actually saw this as my gray being the main color and then having coral or peach little flowers. And you know what? When I started it, I started and got a few rows in with gray as the back color, and it was just too dark. And even with this really pretty coral rose against all of that gray, it just looked very, very dark, very much overcast. And it was just too dark, and I didn't like it. So I pulled that out and thought, okay, nope, I'm going to make the coral rose the background color. And so I liked that. And then I started in another stitch pattern that was really cute, but it wasn't easy to memorize. And it was just, I wasn't enjoying it. I was trying to knit it and watch something on Netflix at the same time. And it was too hard because I had to keep counting almost every box of the chart as I was going all the way around. And I was like, oh, this is taking too much brain power. So I pulled that out, cast it on again, picked a different pattern, and when you know it, I got a good chunk of it done. But then again, we were watching Netflix. I wasn't really watching my knitting, but the pattern was really memorable. And so I could just, knit, like what was there? There was like 6 coral, 2 gray, 6 coral, 2 gray, all the way around. Super easy. Well, I got a whole big chunk of it done, looked at it. I twisted my stitches, you guys. Like total rookie mistake. Every pattern says join in the round, be careful not to twist your stitches. Oops. So that got pulled out as well. So this was like the 4th to go, and I got it finished. Finished it this afternoon. I'm like, my goodness, it was like a comedy of errors. Anything that could go wrong seemed to go wrong. But now I think, what do you guys think? I'll keep an eye on the comments here. Do you think, would you just leave it as is and whip stitch the bottom and just use it, carry on? Or do you think I should play around and put a little center in all of these just to give it a little, like, what if I have I think I have some bright yellow at home, or maybe a white. White might look nice. What do you think? Oh, Kim says I like it the way it is. Liz says leave it as is. You guys just want me to get it finished, don't you? I could do that. I could do it. We'll see. What a few more people chime in. I mean, and really, I think I do. It is cute the way it is, and it would be fine. Nikki says leave it. Leave it. Okay. Okay. So maybe I'll just leave it. Whip stitch the bottom. Cindy says leave it. Okay. I'll whip stitch the bottom, call it done, and we'll use it. I made a casserole tonight, and I totally could have used it. Maybe I'll cook something again tomorrow, and I'll actually take a picture of it in action. Jocelyn says, you think it looks fine? It does, and it does look fine. It does look fine. Okay, I'll whip stitch it and call it done. Now, though, you know what I did? I did also cast on the gray and the blue. I didn't get too much done on it because I'm not loving the stitch pattern either. It looks, okay. Can you hear the baby? Sorry. Hopefully she's not too loud. I am guessing she is having a diaper change because she does not like those. So these 2 colors, I thought, just because I knew the experience with the coral and the gray, I thought, okay, I'm not going to make the gray the main color on this one because I think the coral looked a little bit brighter with the gray than the blue did. So I just immediately thought I'll make the blue the main color and go with the gray as the contrast color. I cast on just so I could, kind of like a working gauge swatch. So this is what I do. I take a 16-inch needle. I put on 64 stitches. So we've got 32 and 32 on each side. And then you need to find a stitch pattern that is 4 or 8. If you have a stitch pattern that's 6, then you've got to change your cast on, which is easy enough to do. It just kind of depends what size you want. So there's the 2, the gray and the blue together. And I think that looks nice. So at that, I think I will continue with these 2 colors, but I picked this pattern and it's kind of like a plaid, which looks really, really fun, but it's not a quick knit. It's not a quick TV knitting. So I think I may go and switch that. But I just thought I'd start it because I wanted to see what the colors look like. And I do like these together. I think this will be really pretty too. So this one will just get switched out, but I'm hoping I will have a finished other pot holder for next week. Let's see. So do this. Oh, okay. with the blue and the gray, and then a few just, and it'll be a cute set. You know what, Nikki? I actually thought about that, and my first thought was that, I think I want to do a different pattern, right? Do something else and switch it up. Well, then the pattern I picked, I'm like, oh, this is not intuitive, right? Because you know when you look at the repeat, and you can usually say, like lots of them, somehow I can get my head wrapped around what the repeat is, right? 4 of this, 2 of this, and then you can just repeat it. This one was not that way once I got knitting it. So you know what? Maybe I will. You're right. Make it a cute set, opposite colors, but make it as a set. Nikki, I like that thinking. Hi, Joanne. So that's that. So last week's project is finished. I'll just whip stitch it. We're going to call it finished. So that was a finish for last week. I also worked a lot on 2 other projects this week. I feel like I got a lot of knitting done this week. It seemed like it was a very, very productive week, which it should be, because when you're laid up with a broken leg, broken kneecap, there's not a whole lot else you can do other than knit. So if this is the time, if I'm going to get anything finished, now would be the time. So I cast on this one skein shawl for the Fiber Friends challenge last month, the one skein shawl. This is a ball of Regia sock yarn. And just doing a garter stitch asymmetrical shawl. So there's where my cast on was. And I'm up here. So I'm not sure. I put another stitch marker on here. I'm not sure if this is where I was when we chatted last Monday. Might have been. And I've got a little bit more, starting to get some width on it. Hi, Anne. So I like it. I like it. I just like this bluey gray. I think it'll be really wearable, and it feels nice, soft and squishy. That's Ray. More finishes on my whiteboard. I know. I'm thinking I'm gonna take a little bit of time and get some things put into Ravelry, because that was also one of the things I wanted to do this year, was to try to keep all my projects up to date on Ravelry, because lots of times I always find I'm looking for going back and like the pot holders. I'm like, what size needle did I do on that pot holder? The last time. And of course, it's written in a book. It's on a scrap piece of paper, stuck into a book somewhere. So I'm thinking, okay, I really do need to get this stuff on Ravelry just so I can go back in and take a look, or if somebody else is knitting something similar, the information's there that they can see it. Yes. So anyways, that is that. So progress on that. And I worked on my other project that Jocelyn and I are going to chat about Thursday night. And you know what, you guys, I apologize, because I think last Monday I said that Jocelyn and I would be chatting this past Thursday, and I totally had my weeks mixed up. There was an extra week in March in there. So Jocelyn and I, we had 2 Thursdays where we were not chatting instead of one. So anyways, Jocelyn and I will be chatting this Thursday night, and it will be our April check-in. So I don't know if I said I was going to make good progress, which really meant a finish. So I have been working on that project. So I'm not going to show it to you tonight, because I'm going to wait and show it on Thursday and chat about it there. So it's been a great knitting week for sure around here. Oh, Liz says, reminds me, let's put your socks on. Did you finish? Oh, you did finish socks, didn't you? Yep, the Fiber Friends sock thread is open. So if anybody out there is super speedy and has finished something, go post your picture over there for sure. Jocelyn, I know Jocelyn had a bigger project, and she was looking for progress on her. I know I like to tease her and say, I'm pretty sure you said a finish, but no, you didn't. You said progress. I think I said progress just because I should never in any statement use the F word for finish, because then I totally jinx myself and it doesn't seem to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Check in Thursday and see how far my progress got me. So let's see. What else have you guys been working on this week? Is anybody else getting close to any finishes? Oh, Liz, you haven't finished them yet? Okay. But I put them on. Oh, okay. Hi, Sam. How's your dish class doing, Sam? Which ones are you working on? Oh, did somebody ask? Probably a 16-inch. And I waited all evening on Thursday. I'm so sorry. I know it's this is a true problem when you're not working every day. You totally lose track of what day it is, what week it is, what month it is. It's, oh my gosh. Anyways, good stuff. So, yeah, so I think I will work on this week. Now, and I'm going to cast on this sock. So I've pulled out a little 9-inch sock needle. I'm not sure. I'm thinking this might be a higher little higher sharps, I think. So little 9-inch needle. I'm going to cast on here. I haven't really figured out what pattern I wanted to do. Susie had left me the name of, she said, a really cute sock pattern. But I hadn't had a chance to look it up yet. It was a lace pattern because she voted for lace. And then she also gave me a suggestion. Let me see if I can find it. I want to say elfin socks. I'll see if I can see it here quick. Oh, of course. Just when I want to look for it. It's probably got lost in all of the posts. But I'll have to look. Susie, thanks for the suggestion. And I will take a look at it. Now, Northbound Knitting, NB Knitting, she has a sock pattern that is it's a free download from today until Wednesday. And what was it called? If you look on Instagram, I had it. It starts with an S. Slight. Thanks, Diane. I was thinking it means tiny or small, slight, and it's a little shorty sock. And it's a free download right now until Wednesday if you guys want to go grab that one. So that's an option, and it looks just like a plain sock, very similar. No, I think is she the designer of the dainty sock? The dainty sock has a little picot edge on it. You do your you cast on, and then you do a row of eyelets, and then you turn it down and join it together with your sock, and then you've got your pretty little picot edge. This one here, I think, was just a hemmed cuff and then a little shorty sock, and I'm not sure what kind of heel it was, but it looked really cute. Oh, okay. Oh, Cindy, you're working on 2 different pairs of socks? That's exciting. Let's see. Oh, Suzanne or Sam has got 3 dishcloths. That's amazing. Oh, hey, Autumn. Autumn says, I finally finished my Advent shawl. It turned out so long that I folded it in half and seamed it together, and it's still pretty long. Oh my goodness. That is long. I know, Cindy, the dainty sock is really fun, isn't it? I mean, Cheryl has done 2 or 3 pairs. Our friend Trish has done, I don't know, 4 or 5 pairs. It seems to be just a really wearable, fun, quick knit. So I will see here. Let me see if I can find the NB Knitting. And Okay. Oh, maybe I typed it in wrong. That helps. Cindy, you'll be making more of the dainty socks. Hi, Sally. Okay, let me try this again. Oh my goodness. There we go. Helps if you type it in right. It there we go. Slate. There it is. NB knitting. So the 3rd to the 5th, it's a free download. So just a cute little shorty pair, which would be fun for this time of year, wouldn't it? Okay, so Lynn says I'm working on my second pair of dainty socks along with other stuff. So they're not getting, not going as fast. Yeah, I know. If you're not dedicating that time to them, right? Nikki says, apparently I have 10 sock whips and 2 slipper whips. So I have no excuse not to get finished some socks. Oh, okay, Lynn says, I am working on DRK Everyday Cowl and a Cormo from Stash. Oh, that'd be nice. Nice. Sally, she's making, oh, my pattern, the super simple cuff down socks. Oh, you're doing them short. Perfect for this spring. Nice. I know. I'm kind of thinking that this might be good to do shorties. What do you guys think? Shorties? Probably, right? I mean, shorties just to get them done quick. And oh, I've already found my end at some point here. Okay. Now that I pulled this out, I'm determined to get a mess here, aren't I? Oh, Cindy says yes, shorties. I think so. It just feels like kind of like shorty sock weather, doesn't it? Something that I can wear. Yeah, slip my sandals on because I always wear. Do you guys? I know. I do. I wear my Birkenstocks with sandals all the time. All spring, unless it gets too hot. Then I end up ditching the socks. Sam, what are you're saying? The pattern you're working on. I am working on are called, the first one is textured butterfly. The second is the mosaic butterfly. And the last one is a textured mystery cloth. Oh, that sounds exciting. Oh, Sally. Yeah, so for anybody who's just popping in, they're going to be lace. Lace was the winning vote for this week. So shorty socks. So really, if I could get a sock done in a week, shorty socks could potentially be done in a week, couldn't they? Yeah. I don't know if we want to even think that. Possibly. Now that would totally surprise everybody, but I'm going to cast on while we're chatting here. And I'm just going to do a long tail cast on because it's super easy to do while we're chatting. And it's super stretchy, which is always good for socks. So I'm going to do this. Oh, Melanie's got to head to bed. It's been a long day. Well, Mel, I'm glad that you popped in. Have a great knitting week. And we will maybe catch you Thursday night or next Monday. Oh, Nikki, that's so sweet. Okay. Oh, well then Nikki says that she has a shorty sock pattern that is lace. She will gift it to me, no obligation, Kessie's on just a gift. Well, all right, Nikki, that is so sweet. Thank you. Oh, Liz. Liz, is this you like giving me permission? She's saying I can start these socks but finish Eric's. I know. I did. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yes. So don't pay all my attention to these. Oh my God, you know what? I just love this color. Even just having a few stitches on here already, I just really, really, really like this color. It's like beach, really, like ocean, lake. right? It looks like the water. So, Nikki, can I just cast on 64 stitches for your pattern? And I can cast on. Um, Anne said, do I know how long I'll be off work and dedicating my life to knitting? A few more weeks, a few more weeks, a month anyways. Yes, I know. And then reality will come crashing back in, and my knitting time will be drastically reduced. Oh, Susanna, you're working on Jocelyn's her Christmas mystery knit along, and you're on day 15 of the Rebel Mystery Knit Along. Day 15. You are just taking those days off. Oh my gosh, Sam, is that your goal at the end of the week to have 52 dishcloths finished? 52. If you were doing one a week, you would have your year's worth finished then. That's amazing. Oh, you are definitely the dishcloth queen. That is fantastic. Mind you, though, when I was doing this cotton and I was thinking, oh, I should do some more things for the kitchen. And I was thinking about tea towels. Yeah, or hand towel. Which is really just a big dishcloth, right? So I thought, let me just do some of those for my kitchen. I think. All these plans. 63. Oh, okay. 63 or 64, Nikki? Is it actually 63? I'm not there yet, so. Jocelyn says, tonight I'm working on a sock, so I'm close to finishing my second snow globe sock. That's awesome, Jocelyn. Anytime you are close to a finish is really, really exciting. Yeah, I think tonight I will. Okay. I'll get these cast on, and then I will do. Okay, just reading Nikki's comment here. 1x1 rib. Okay. I'm going to work a little bit on Eric's socks because I feel like I am all excited about those, and I can't let a new cast on take away from Eric's sock. From Eric's socks, because heaven forbid if I don't get those finished, I will never live it down. So, and I just want to get them done, put them away. They'll be set for Christmas, and I will just feel organized. You know, some people have said they've already one of the girls from Little Red Mitten, she was saying she answered an Instagram post, and she said she's working on, I think it was 2 pairs of socks, either sock and sweater or 2 pairs of socks, and they were Christmas gifts, and they were both stranded knitting. Wow, I'm thinking that is really, I'm thinking that's really early to be working on Christmas gifts, but really it's not, is it? Because we're into April already. So it may be a little early, but not really, right? I'm thinking, okay, I need to be taking some of this advice, but if I can get these Christmas socks finished, then I'll be feeling like I am one of those super organized people. And maybe this Christmas, I will not be up knitting at the, wee hours of Christmas Eve. Okay, Susanna said, you said you started the Rebel Make Along on December 25th. Well, that's okay. Yeah, well, that's all right. So the December 25th, I think Jocelyn had it came out, was it December 1st? So then you could do it every December 1st up to the 24th, and then you would have it finished for Christmas, and it was using Advent minis. But yeah, there's certainly no reason why you can't cast it on anytime. I think I cast mine on. Nikki and I both cast on, was it like December 25th or December 26th? And I can't remember what happened with mine. I was knitting it, and I think I got to day 3. It was for 3 days, I think I was on track. And then I don't know. I can't remember now. Something happened, something else, a brand new start, something grabbed my attention. And I know where it is though. It's up in the yarn room, it's on a shelf, all in this little yarn bowl, just waiting for me to pick it up again. So I'm gonna have to count my stitches here in a second. Oh, Nikki says these socks come in baby, child, and adult, small, medium, and large. What's the name of the pattern, Nikki, that I'm knitting? Okay, I feel like I should count stitches here, maybe. That's nice when they come in baby. You guys, I could do shorties, and then I could do a little baby pair. Scarlett wore her first pair of socks yesterday with a really cute little outfit. Otherwise of the river sock. Oh, hey Deborah. I've made 56 of those chicken egg cozies. Everybody wants them. Oh my goodness. Well, what a cute, like, so were people wanting them for Easter decorations or like to do actually put them on like a hard boiled egg kind of thing? And what colors are you doing them? Are you doing them all different colors? Like out spring, I'm guessing, right? Like yellow, pink, purples. That is so fun, Deborah. And it's nice when people want what you're making. Well, one way it's nice because then you get stuck making them. But other side of the river. Okay. That sounds better. Other side of the river socks. Okay. I'm excited for this, Nikki. Oh my gosh. Did I like way over? Well, I guess I was talking as I was pulling out yarn, and then I think I pulled out a little more because I didn't want to have too much extra. I think I've got enough yarn here to cast on 2 socks. Sam, everybody is saying, way to go. Sally's saying, go Sam, great job. This is Sam, you're making a proclamation here. You're saying like this is the year the dishcloth queen is back because last year you took a little bit of break because you were having some wrist problems, weren't you? Well, that is super exciting. Super, super exciting. You guys, I love this color. The more I look at it, I am just loving this color. If only I knew what actual colorway it was. Nova sock. I don't know. I'm not, yeah, maybe I'll have to Google it, see where I got it. Nice. Yeah, Sam, very, very exciting. You're doing a great job. So, okay, one by one ribbing. I got to count first before I can actually start ribbing. Maybe I'll do a quick count to see how close I am here. Okay, while I'm counting, does everybody use long tail cast on for their socks, or do you have another favorite that you like? I'm close. 50. Okay, you guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that. See, when you are a seasoned sock knitter, I think you just know. I cast on 3 too many. 3 too many. Not bad, right? Okay, I'm going to be super, super careful casting this on or like joining this in the round. So I do not twist this. I know, I couldn't believe I twisted that pot holder. It happens, right? Even when you try your hardest not to, sometimes it just does. Okay, so what is this? Nikki says usually long tail. Lynn says I use long tail. And Sally says I use long tail for socks. Yeah. Deborah said, "Oh, they're using them for the egg. Oh, they are using it actually for the eggs. Lots of colors, 18 of them. You've sold 18 already? That's fantastic. That's good. I always think of in the fall, there's people are always knitting pumpkins. And those, you see those, people are knitting those and have them for sale. But yeah, the Easter egg, that's a great idea. Sam, you've got 148 more dishcloths to go for your dishcloth challenge. Yes, I know, because you were what? So you were going for 200. Sally, you cast on 30 inches. Oh, okay. So you actually have got it measured out. That is a really, really great way to do it. You cast on 30 inches. Okay, so you pull out 30 inches of yarn for 65 stitches. It leaves a good amount to weave in the cuff. You know what? That's a great idea. Does anybody else do that? I mean, that would really take out the guesswork, wouldn't it? To just for once, like one time, just do that. So Sally's given us the number 30, what was it? 30 inches. Oh, Sherry, use the alternating cable cast on. That would be good for some. Yes, because it's stretchy. It's not quite as stretchy as a long tail, but it would work, I think. Yeah, it still had a lot of stretch. I did that on my seed stitch hat, and I really liked it. Yeah, that's a good one. Cindy, oh, I pull out my yarn from one hand to the other shoulder, and that does 60 stitches. Okay, yeah, that's kind of how I always measure mine, a good arm's width too. And then I think I pulled out a whole bunch extra. I don't know. Okay, I like Sally's idea of actually measuring it just to see. Maybe I'll try that on the second sock. I have to make a note and try that. But then I'd have to have a tape measure handy. Chances are, I don't know if I'd always have that, but I guess you could always, if you know 30 inches, you could kind of do 30 and see how far that is an arm's length, right? Oh, Sam, I have some knitted dishcloth. Oh, you have some knitted dish towels for me? Oh, were these ones that you knit from in the past? I remember you doing some of those. Good stuff. All right, everybody's got great ideas. So what is everybody's plan for this week? Are you just keep working on what you're working on? Do you have another project? So sometimes, because I know lots of times what projects you work on while you're chatting on a live knit night is not what you're going to work on most of the week, because sometimes you just pick an easier project for knit nights, right? So does anybody else have a different project, or are you just going to keep working on with what you're working? I'm going to try and join this and not twist it. At least this time there's not as many stitches on here. On the pot holder, they were kind of scrunched on the needle, so it was a little harder to see, but that's still not a good excuse, because I shouldn't have twisted, but you know, stuff happens. Oh, Diane, you're going to be organizing your knitting room. That's always fun, because then you get to see things that you haven't seen in a while. New ideas for new projects. Jocelyn, work knitting, and then panic deadline knitting for the check-in on Thursday. But you're not finishing anything, Jocelyn. You just said progress. So, I mean, unless you haven't picked it up at all, which is entirely possible. Yeah, you don't have to stress too much. My progress was more of a progress. Lynn, oh, you wrap wool around, the needle you're using 10 times and then measure the wrap of 10 stitches. Okay, that's a good way to do it too, because that would work more, what's the word? Because depending on the weight of the yarn, I always take, like, typically, who said they do like the whole arms, right, hand to shoulder? For me, that does 50 stitches of worsted weight. That's my measurement for that. But I have never really figured out sock yarn, because sock yarn, you don't have to measure out as far because you get more stitches in that length. Anyways, I know I should take the time to actually figure that out and know what kind of arm's length I need for sock yarn. Okay, I need to write that down and make that a goal. Make that something that I work on, maybe for this next sock. I like the idea, Sally, measure out 30 inches and see how far that gets me. Oh, okay. So Autumn is saying my main current project I can only work on during daylight hours. As it's a cardigan in black fingering weight that I'm knitting on black needles. Oh my goodness. Okay. That makes it really tricky. When Knit Picks came out with all their different colored needles, they had the green ones, and then there is Sunstruck, and there is the light wood ones, the nickel plated. And at first I thought, I'm like, okay, why do you really need all these colors other than they're just fun and pretty? Until I actually cast on something with the yarn that was very similar shade to my needle. And then it was like, oh, that's why. Because if your color, I always use the light, I thought, oh, it's kind of nice when your needles and your yarn match, right? Like if you've got pink yarn and your needles are pink, that's nice, but not always, because sometimes it can be really hard to see your stitch. But if you've got a different contrasting color needle, it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, if you're using black on black, holy moly, I think I would need a magnifier and a lamp, like a spotlight on those. Yikes. Yeah, that would be tricky for sure. Sally says I'm adding 8 DK minis to your crochet memories blanket I get every month. Okay, Sally, I saw a picture of your blanket. It is beautiful. Absolutely love it. Is there you're crocheting it. So is it a different, like, is it a shell pattern or something? Like, it looked very textury. Is that even not really a word? But it looked really pretty, really pretty. I know I'm not much of a crocheter, so I don't know. Oh no, Sally, you broke another DPN. Yeah, wooden DPNs. I'm assuming it was wooden. Yeah, they're tricky because that can happen. Hi, Pravina. Sam, I have 2 illusion haunted houses. That's right. I remember those hand towels that you did that were Halloween themed. Nice. So, okay, so Lynn, I'm going back to your comment about wrapping the yarn around the needle. Yeah, and then measuring 10 stitches took so many inches, and then figuring out how many project stitches you need and doing the math. That sounds like a good way to do it too. Okay. I'm joined in the round, everybody. I've got my stitches cast on. I've joined. I've started doing some 1x1 ribbing. Ho ho, I am off cast on. Monday night, I'm cast on a new project for the week. This is going to be so exciting. My sock knitting mojo comes and goes. And right now it is here, so I'm going to take full advantage of it. But I am definitely going to work on Eric's sock tonight. I'm going to finish up this heel and the couple rows on the heel flap. I'm going to turn the heel so that's done. And I should probably just pick up those gusset stitches tonight before I go to bed too. And then I am set. I am be back in the round and just work those decreases. And then clear sailing on the foot, just round and round. Perfect Netflix watching. Netflix. I'm saying Netflix, but actually what Anita and I are watching is on Prime. So, well, anyways, doesn't matter. We're watching something. So I need something that's just round and round, quick and easy. Eric's sock will fit that bill. Oh, okay. You guys, I'm hopeful for some more progress. Some more really good progress to show you next week. And Jocelyn, I'm looking forward to seeing your progress on your sweater on Thursday night. So if you guys are around Thursday night, Jocelyn and I will be here. We start half an hour earlier. We start at 7:30. And we will check in. We will see where we made out with our goals from last month. And then I guess, oh my gosh, we're going to have to figure out what we're going to work on, what our goal is going to be for May's check-in. I have not given that any thought. I'll have to think a little bit on that. Okay, everybody. It has been fun chatting. Thank you so much for voting. Because it truly is always fun on a Monday to just see what everybody's voting, see what everybody's feeling. If it's lace, it's cables, or if it's a certain yarn that you're voting for, it just is a fun way to kick off the week. So I hope everybody has a fantastic knitting week. And I hope I see you Thursday night and stop back in again on Monday. We'll see how far I am on my new pair of socks. And we'll just kind of do a recap on everything and just check in with you guys and see how your week's been. So have a fantastic week. Get lots of knitting, crocheting done. And I will see you all Thursday night. Bye, guys.